Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to today's live. How are you doing? Let me know that you are here. This is day two, not day two. This is part two of our intonation live training. And today we're going to talk about function words, but I'm going to wait for everyone to show up and to say hi in the comments. I'm broadcasting now on my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, Accent Sway English with Hadar, and the Influency community. Yay. Hello, 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 Gil. How are you doing? Hello, James from Taiwan. How are you doing? Lalit is here. So I'm really happy to see you all. I hope you're well and safe. And I'm super thrilled to start today's training. I hope you had a chance to catch up with the first part where we talked about content words. If you haven't, it's on my channel and on my Facebook page. We did it on Thursday, I think. Today's Monday, right? Yes, Monday. So we did it on Thursday. It was great. And I think that today is going to be, the training today is going to complete what we talked about on Thursday about content words. If you have not seen it, you can still access it. Don't worry about it. I think it's also in the comments. Okay. Someone just called me mom. I am a mom, but I don't think my girls are watching this right now. So, who was here in the last training? Who was here on Thursday? And if you were, what do you remember from our lesson? I feel like it's a legit lesson, right? What do you remember, students? What do you remember from our lesson on Thursday? Let's see who paid attention. Don't worry, I'm going to do a recap. So, in the meantime, I'm going to do this and a quick review of what is intonation. This is something that we covered last time. Listen, I know the lighting is totally off. This is why I was late. I don't know what happened with my lights, but something went off. So I might just have to go back a little bit. Otherwise, I look like I just came from the dead. Okay. It was focus and content words, right? Very good. John, you get 10 points. Was focus and content words. What else? Content words are stress. Fernanda, you paid attention. You get a golden star. Good. Yes, so that's what we talked about last time. Let's do a quick recap for those who were not here. We talked about intonation. What is intonation? And we said that intonation is the melody of the language, the rising and falling of pitch while speaking. And we also said that within, when we look at a language, there are two types of words, content words and function words. And they actually play a key role when it comes to intonation. We started talking last time about content words, and I asked you, what are content words? So I'm asking you now, especially those of you who were here in the previous training, what are content words? Do you remember? Let's see. I'm looking at your comments. Content words are words that have meaning on their own. Very good. Fernanda says nouns, verbs. Good. And I'm going to move on and say nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs, right? If you can categorize one of the words into nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs, it's a content words and word. And content words are usually stressed, okay? So content words are the key words, or these are the words that deliver the message, nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. They mean something. We know what they mean. We can visualize them. We can feel them. We can think about them. We understand them, right? Unlike function words, which we're going to talk about today, that are all the words that connect content words, as you'll see in a second. We also said that content words are usually stressed. We don't stress all content words. We definitely don't stress all of them the same. But usually, if we choose words to stress in a sentence, we choose content words. And within content words, we also said that the last content word of the phrase or the sentence is the content word that is stressed the most. I don't want to go into that a lot because I have already discussed it in the previous lesson, but this is something that can really help you identify the stress patterns in English. I'm also going to say that people break it all the time. So there are patterns, there are commonalities, but also people break those patterns because at the end of the day, the words that you stress really depend on what you're saying, the context, your attitude, right? So, all of that together leads to how you're going to end up saying the words and stressing the words. Now, today's presentation, live training, I don't know why I use the word presentation. It's not presentation. Today's live training is about function words. And the reason why I love talking about function words is that not only that it helps us to deliver our message more clearly, and it allows us to stress content words by reducing whatever's not necessary, understanding how function words are being used can definitely help us with understanding speakers of English better. Speakers of English who tend to reduce function words, generally native speakers, but also non-native speakers, right? Because reductions is something that can definitely be challenging for someone who is not used to that in their own native language. And this is why practicing it and recognizing it can help you with understanding people. So if you have this fear of, oh my God, they're speaking too fast, I cannot understand them. I'm afraid that I'm not going to understand them because it has happened to me. Maybe you struggle with understanding people on TV. It's mainly because of reductions. And once you understand it, once you practice it, it can really, really help. Okay. So it's not about perfection. It's not about like getting it right. It's not about, reducing it to sound like a native. No, like first and foremost, it's for you to understand how the language works and also how you can operate in it better, whether it's understand or deliver your message. In this training, you'll learn what function words are, why we reduce function words, what reduction is, and when to stress a function word. Because yes, sometimes function words are stressed. So what are function words, my friends? What are function words? Let's see. I'm reading comments, so give me a sec. Okay. I got this comment. Okay, I'm gonna come back to it later, but I got this comment which makes me laugh a little bit because obviously you don't know my community called the Influency Community, where all we do is talk to each other all day. We have a speaking club and we have daily conversation topics, and it's absolutely free. It's called the Influency Community. So if you're not there, please join. Now, what are function words? I'm now looking for your answers. Great, Fernanda. Fernanda, you get another golden star. Fernanda says prepositions. Delphi says is, are, have. Fantastic. Pronouns, articles. Very good. Okay, so function words. Let's go one step earlier, right? Before you even start giving me the examples, let's talk about like how to generalize it. Function words are words that have little meaning, right? That doesn't, what is it? Is, right? It's like you feel it, but you don't know what that means. You can't visualize it. Have, right? Words that have little meaning and are the glue that holds content words together. Okay? Words that have little meaning on their own and are the glue that holds content words together. We need function words to create a grammatically correct sentence, right? We have to have, because otherwise we can't just speak using content words. We could, but it would be harder to understand, or harder to understand the context and the tense and so on and so forth. So we need function words. So for example, here we have a sentence, Anne is reading a book on the sofa. So all the small words that connect content words, the content words are Anne, reading, book, sofa, right? All those content words are glued together with is, on, and the. Now, if we want to get into the specifics, Fernanda, we have articles, prepositions, modals, auxiliary verbs, and conjunctions. These are generally function words. A, an, the, this, that, those, in, from, beside, may, could, might, was, have, so on and so forth, right? There are many more examples. These are just a few. Now, the question is, because I've already mentioned that function words are generally reduced, right? Function words are generally reduced in a sentence, and we're going to talk about what it means to reduce function words and also why. Why do we reduce function words? So function words are often reduced to allow content words to stick out. So while we raise the pitch and lengthen content words, that's not enough. To really help the content words stick out, we need to take away everything that gets in the way. These are function words. So we don't want to eliminate them completely, but we want to make them smaller so that they stick out. The content words stick out more. So instead of Anne is reading a book on the sofa, what happens is that we reduce it. Anne is, right? Is becomes is. Anne is reading a book on the sofa. Anne's reading a book on the sofa. Whether we reduce it or not, because we don't reduce all content words, all function words, sorry. We don't reduce all function words. But even if we don't reduce the vowel there to a schwa, they're always said in haste, softly, right, with very little effort. Anne's reading a book on the sofa, right? We want to get through them as quickly as possible. So now you're probably asking yourself, okay, but what is reduction? Reduction is when we change the vowel sound in a function word to a schwa sound. Who knows what the schwa sound is? Say I, or me, or yes, or schwa. Or I have no idea what that is if you don't know what the schwa is. Yes, 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 me, yes. I'm very proud of you, students. Very proud of you. Good. So the schwa sound is a very neutral and relaxed sound. Let me hear it. Very good. So it goes something like this. Uh, 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 uh. Like I'm not even moving my lips, right? Can you do it without moving your lips, without moving your jaw? Uh, uh. That's a schwa sound. Good. We find it in a lot of words about computer, holiday, but also when function words are reduced. So the schwa is the most common vowel in English, and it appears in many unstressed syllables within words and in function words that are not stressed, like can, that turns into kun, and that turns into un. Notice that we even drop the D here, so it's easier to connect to the next word. From, that turns into can't hear you. From. Kun, from. Now, I want to stress out how it's so not about speed. A lot of times when people try to reduce, they really go into just saying it a lot faster. No, it's not about speed. It's about not pronouncing the full vowel. I can do it, versus just reducing it and allowing the consonants to hold the substance of the word. I can do it, right? The consonants play a significant role in function words that are reduced, right? We do not want to reduce the consonants as well, except for the word and, where we do drop the D. But apart from that, we keep the consonants and we just make the vowel very small. Can, close it, can, and from, okay? So it's just about reducing it. I'm from here. I can say it slowly, right? It's still reduced. The fact that I'm just closing it, like, oh, here's a vowel. No, let me squeeze it and make it really, really small. From. Okay. You can go. You can go. Call mom and dad, right? Notice the difference between call mom and dad. If I pronounce every word in the same way, the same emphasis, the same rhythm, you can go. Call mom and dad. So it's a little off than like what we're used to when we're thinking about the American or the English rhythm, the rhythm of English, right? It's not that it's wrong. It's just that it's going to take a little longer for people to understand what it is that you're trying to say, because that's how the brain works, right? Like I'm leaning towards picking up on the most stressed words, and you're going to help me do that by elongating them, raising the pitch. That's the content words, but also reducing what's less important. It's like you're cleaning up the table. Think of it as if you're preparing a beautiful dish, right? Maybe like a fruit plate, or you're cooking something and you're putting it on the center, and then you want to decorate it with a lot of green leaves, right? And if you put many of them, it's going to take away from the presence of your main course. Let's say it's like a tofu steak. You can tell I'm vegetarian, right? Like a big piece of tofu steak. So you put tofu. So you put it in the center, and then you garnish it with a lot of, fruits and vegetables and leaves and additional and nuts. And there's like all this, like it looks great, but what is the main dish here? Right? But when you take away and you put just a little bit to let it sit there on that leafy surface, it would stick out a lot more. And I'd be like, ooh, tofu steak. I totally see it. Right? So you can replace the main dish with whatever you like. But that's the point. So you want to take away anything that distracts you from the main thing. Also think of a website, right? And if you think of a website that has a lot of, you have the title of the website. This is, welcome to the world of English. And then there is go here, and there is this course, and there is that course, and you can click here, and here's our Instagram account, and here's our Facebook page, and here's this, and here's that, and here's our next challenge, and this and that. Like you'd be like, okay, where do I start? What do I do? There's all this information. But if you take away some of those buttons and you put this one big title in the middle, you can tell I'm into marketing too, right? Right. And then you take away whatever is not necessary. That's when you know this is how speech works, right? Remember, I want you to use these visuals or like these imageries to understand why it's so important for content words to stick out and for function words to be reduced. To, to be reduced. Call mom and dad. He's from Japan. He is from Japan. He is from Japan, right? When I say it like that, it's a little harder to understand what we're talking about, what to look for, which word to kind of like pay attention to. He's from Japan. He's from Japan, right? And then I'm also raising the pitch for the word that is stressed out the most, in this case, Japan. He's from Japan. Now, when to stress a function word? Function words are, no, the question is when to stress a function word. So let me explain. I need to kind of like see what I'm reading right here. So we usually reduce function words, right? Function words are usually reduced. That's our neutral way of using function words. We hardly ever stress them. Sometimes we do, but function words are never reduced when they're at the end of a phrase. Who is it for, right? I do not want to say who is it for. Doesn't feel right. I bet that it's not going to feel right for you, and trust your intuition, my friends. So I want you to say it out loud. And first, I want you to reduce it. I want you to say, who is it for? Who's it for? Right? So if we say something like, it's for me, it's it's for me, that feels okay, right? Because me is stressed. Who is it for? Does not feel right. To me, at least. If it feels right to you, let me know. Function words are also stressed when we want to emphasize or clarify information. So, for example, if someone were to ask me, is it in the fridge? And it's not in, it's on. So I need to switch that function word. I want to put the focus on the other function word. I would say, no, it's on the fridge. On. I said on. Got a lot of things on my fridge. A lot of drawings of my daughters. I always put it on the fridge for someday because I can't throw it out. And on the fridge, it's like you forget about it until it's like you can't put it anymore because I can't reach it because it has like 300 drawings of the same thing. Okay, so is it in the fridge? No, it's on the fridge. Stress on the function word. That's when the function word is never reduced. Okay. So when it's at the end of a phrase or when we want to clarify information. Let's practice a bit. What do you think? Into, on, to, ha, exactly. Just reading some of the comments, smiling to myself. Okay. Let's say it first without reducing anything. The cat is hiding in the box. Content words are cat, hiding, box. If we follow the rule, the rule of thumb that we mentioned last time, we said that usually the last content word of the phrase is stressed, usually. So in this case, it's going to be box. The cat is hiding in the box, right? A little higher in pitch, a little longer. And then everything else is reduced. The cat is hiding in the box. I'm not saying it faster. I'm not trying to rush through things. I'm just reducing the vowel. And therefore, because I'm changing from an open vowel to a closed vowel, it's going to be faster. But my purpose is not to say it faster. And I want you to focus on that. Because when you focus on just saying it faster, it's not going to work. You're going to get all tangled up here. It's going to feel strange. You're going to get stressed out. You're going to feel like you're running out of thoughts. You will get stuck, right? But when you're only thinking of reducing it, even keeping the same length, the cat is hiding in the box, right? Same pace for each word. Still, there's going to be a distinction between content words and function words if you are reducing the vowel, right? This is like the picture of reducing. The vowel is big, but we're making it small. The instead of the cat is hiding in the box. The cat is hiding in the box. And then it starts like if you're not thinking about it too much, then it starts affecting the rhythm. The cat is hiding in the box. We like cats on our team, so we use a lot of cats in our examples. They got their charm from their mother. So there is not going to be reduced to a schwa. Notice it's not their charm. There. I'm keeping the there, but I want you to make it smaller in terms of the energy. They got their charm from their their mother. They got their charm from their mother. They got their charm from their mother. Lalit says, I'm confused about what? What are you confused about? Ask me. Okay. I bought them a gift for their anniversary. So, stressed words: bought, gift, anniversary. Bought, gift, anniversary. Can you hear the schwa, by the way, in the word anniversary? If yes, write the word that comes right before the schwa. I'll say it again: anniversary. So, I bought them a gift for their anniversary. So, anniversary is the last content word, and it happens to be the word that is most stressed. It actually works here. Bought, gift, anniversary. Them, 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 them. I bought them a gift. 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 Repetition, my friends. I bought them a gift. I bought them a gift. I bought them a gift. I bought them a gift for their. I bought them a gift for their anniversary. Hania says it's right. I don't know if you meant before or after, but the schwa is between the N and the V. Anniversary. Anniversary. I bought them a gift for their anniversary. Okay, one more. I've been looking for my shoes all morning. I've been, so we're reducing. There is like a contraction there. I've been looking for my short for my. I've been looking for my shoes all morning. I've been looking for my shoes all morning. Okay, good. I'm going to keep it open for questions, but for now, I want to talk about, because I want to tell you about something that is starting. We're opening registration for something really exciting, absolutely free, that will really, really help you boost up your learning habits and your confidence, and you're going to have a lot of practice. And if you like learning with me, then I'll be teaching there every single day for 14 days, absolutely free. So stick till the end. I'll tell you all about it. I want to answer some questions. And I do want to talk about, like, just to have a quick recap of what we did today. We talked about function words, what function words are, right? We said that they're the glue that connects content words, all the small words on, in, at, could, would, should, am, is, are, for, have, is. Why we reduce function words? We said that we reduce function words because we want to help the content words stick out. Remember the example of the website or the plate. We don't want to put too much information there. Only what matters, and then everything else is just garnish or decoration or the background. Okay? What reduction is? Notice how I stress the word is instead of is. Reduction is when you take the vowel sound and you reduce it to a schwa. Instead of having an open vowel sound like ah, we turn it into Instead of ah, e, right? It all reduces into That's what happens for most function words, except for when we talked about when to stress a function word, and that happens either at the end of a sentence, when it's at the end, we do stress a function word, or when we want to clarify something. Okay, John is asking a question. And Naiknam is asking a question as well. All the big words are content words. Yeah, I mean, you could have a small content word, fit. It's very small, fit versus because. Because is a function word and fit is a content word. So I wouldn't look at length so much. Yes, generally, content words tend to be could be longer, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 syllables even. But it's not about the length, it's about the lexical meaning. It's about what it represents, what it means. If you know what it means, right? Like if you would use it to deliver information, that's content word. If you words, if you use it to indicate the tense or to use it to indicate other content words, it's a function word. So let me tell you, and I did not prepare well, so let me just create a banner that so you know where to go. But I know that my team is probably watching. So, anyone from the team, if we're ready to share the link for the boot camp, let's do it. I want to tell you about my 14-day fluency boot camp that is starting next Monday. We're opening doors today, which means that you can already start joining and introduce yourself and interact in the group. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can join here, hadarshamish.com/bootcamp. 14 days, it's absolutely free. What we're going to do in those 14 days is that we are going to, first of all, use the 14 days to build strong learning habits. As you know, to practice and to improve, you have to show up and do something ideally every single day. If you don't, it's just, you're not going to build the habit. It's not going to be a part of your life. If you really want to reach a transformation in your English, you need to turn it into a daily habit, even if it's just 10 minutes a day, and it is possible. So, in those 14 days, what we're going to do is help you build those learning habits so then you can keep the momentum and keep going and keep practicing without a lot of effort because we will start this momentum for you. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So, we're going to help you build powerful learning habits. I'm definitely, if you know me, I always talk about mindset. And when it comes to mindset, I think it's such an essential component of the work that we do. A lot of people just focus on learning the language and practicing the language without addressing some of the biggest psychological or mental obstacles that hold them back. Now, if that's the case for you and that reflects on your confidence, if you don't feel confident, then you should definitely join the 14-day boot camp where we will address straight on this idea of mindset and confidence and limitations and the things that hold you back. So you need to have a lot of clarity about why you're not seeing the results that you want to see in your life, because once you do, it will be a lot easier for you to reach those results and to stay committed and to stay consistent. So I'm going to help you get there again in this free 14-day boot camp. And one more thing we're going to do is we're going to identify the ideal learning strategy for you, because as you know, not every learning strategy or course or training is right for you specifically. Every single individual is a unique creature in this world and that has different needs. So it's impossible almost for you to have the same needs as someone else. And both of you might be watching the same video or going to the same course. You need to know what you need and what to focus on. And I'll help you identify that and how to create your own learning strategy, a killer strategy that will get you the results that you want as fast possible. So this is also something that is super important. How do we do it in the most efficient way so we don't waste a lot of time learning the wrong things that don't get us results? So that's what I'm all about, optimizing time. So I'm going to teach you that as well. So live training every single day with me for 20 minutes and then 10 more minutes for you to do your exercises. It's going to be recorded. So even if you can't show up live, that's fine. You'll have access to those 21 days until the end. 14 days until the end of the month because we have an extra week at the end. That's it. So if you have any questions about the Fluency Bootcamp, I would love for you to ask them. I would love for you to join. How can I sign up? So go to hadarshamish.com/bootcamp. And if someone can add the link, only 14 days. I mean, we could have done it for 3. So let's look at it like that. Let's reframe it. New sprints in the boot camp. No, we're not going to do sprints this time. We're going to do live training, but I'm glad that you like the sprints. So go to hadarshamish.com/bootcamp. Let me ask someone from the team. I'm going to tell them to share the link with you. Okay. In a second. Thank you, Ernesto. Of course you can join. Everyone can join. My old students can join. We're going to start on Monday. So we have a full week before we start. We just opened doors. We're going to let people in the boot camp for a full week, but don't wait. Don't wait until Monday. It's best to join now because we're starting to do the introductions and conversations inside. Not conversations. Conversation groups are going to happen at the end. But we will do some intro sessions in the upcoming week. So I want you to not waste your time and join us. Okay. Um, okay, good. Just a sec. Okay, good. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any questions, hadarshemish.com/bootcamp. Okay. Um, any questions about function words or content words? Anyone? Function words or content words. What's your biggest takeaway from today's lesson? Delphi is already in. Woohoo! Great. I'll see you in the group. I'm going to come say hi right after. Okay, if you can't go into the link, then we will give us a second and then we'll make sure that the link is working. But it should be working. The schwa I have observed its general use. Is it usually like this? Please explain. I'll talk about the schwa another second. So the schwa is used in almost, like you'll find it in almost every word that has 2 syllables or more, okay? Because when the syllable is unstressed, the vowel there is usually reduced to a schwa. So that's the general, like that's the use in words. And then if we talk about function words, yes, usually function words are reduced to a schwa. Like that's the general use. It doesn't happen just when specific people use it. Okay. So yes, we can say that this is definitely general use. Someone asked, okay, let me see if there are any more questions. So this is, thank you, Lee, for sharing, hadarshemish.com/bootcamp. Let's see any more questions. Fernandez in. Sharifa says, you're pretty like an Arabic woman. Well, I am Middle Eastern. My grandparents spoke Arabic. Versus correct pronunciation. If you've my biggest takeaway. Okay, great. This is a great point. Your clarification on speed versus correct pronunciation, even if it's slow, is my biggest takeaway. I am so happy to hear this. So happy to hear this because this is such a common mistake when people just try to go faster and you don't need to. I mean, speed is a result of you focusing on reduction because when it's reduced, it's a little shorter and that's all you need. But when we speed up, it really messes up with our brain more than anything. Okay. What time does the 14-day bootcamp starts? So I'm going between intonation to bootcamp. Let's just talk about the bootcamp. The bootcamp starts on Monday next week. Every live is going to be at 10 a.m. EST, 4 p.m. my time, 2 p.m. London time. But it's going to be recorded and will be uploaded to the website. We will have a Facebook group and I will go live in the Facebook group. And right after that, we're going to upload it to our website. So you'll be able to watch it even if you're not inside the Facebook group. Okay. So it doesn't start at a specific hour. The first live is going to be at 10 a.m. EST. You're going to get an email every single day telling you what to focus on. There is also a workbook that I would ask for you to download and fill it in every single day so you can keep track of your progress and you'll stay accountable and you'll do the work. Okay? We are doing well, Julia. Did you mean me? Jean is asking, what can I do if I want to improve my speaking skills? Let's begin with getting you into the boot camp. This is definitely going to help you improve your speaking skills and give you a lot of time to practice. Um, Thank you. I'm so happy that you like seeing me teach live. I actually enjoy it so much. And as I'm teaching, I'm like, I should be doing this more. Will I have one-on-one hot seats? For now, it's not planned, but if there is going to be demand for it, I will do it. Okay. Vika just shared the link to the bootcamp. Thank you, Vika. Okay. So Lou is asking, tell me about your conversation courses, please. I have 2 different programs, New Sound and Beyond, that are interactive and around like with a lot of conversation practice. We're going to be opening New Sound doors for New Sound, my signature program, at the end of March. It's actually going to be right after the boot camp. So I'll be talking more about that then. And we also have Beyond, which we just closed doors for. We opened doors for a little bit. So we're going to open doors again in the next, I guess, month or 2. But right now, what's available in terms of training is the boot camp. Take advantage of it. It's free, high quality. You're going to get a lot of content that like the type of content you usually pay for. So I definitely recommend to take advantage of this opportunity and watch it live because it's not going to be up for a lot, only until the end of March. Okay. Benny, Vika just shared the bootcamp link, hadarshamish.com/bootcamp. And it's going to be, it's going to start next Monday. So you have a week to get ready, to free up some time, okay? And to ask all your questions. I'm going to be here for you. What time on the 14th? The actual live is at 10 a.m. EST, 5 p.m. my time, 2 p.m. No, sorry, 3 p.m. Again. There is a calendar. Okay, if you know me, you know that I always mess up the time. I always get it wrong. So it's going to be at 4 p.m. my time, which is actually 9 a.m. EST. And 2 p.m. London time. Okay. We're starting on March 14th. But again, like you will get an email. You can do it on your own. You don't have to be live. You don't have to show up live for the training. You can do it as long as you're making a commitment. All it takes, like the minimum, you can invest more time if you interact with a group, but the minimum it takes is about 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day for 14 days. That's all the commitment that this is asking you for. I am asking you for, and I will prove to you that it's possible to gain momentum and to start building habits and to get used to the fact that you sit down to do your English work every single day. It's a huge part of this work. It's a huge part of your transformation. You cannot learn English without establishing solid, sustainable, powerful habits, okay? And making sure that you're not always distracted. So this is a huge part, a huge component of the type of work that we do. As you can see, I'm not only talking about the language, I can talk about the language, but it's not just that. I want to see you reaching a breakthrough. And to get there, you need a few things that are very different from the actual language, that are beyond the language. And that's habits and mindset and strategy. Okay? Okay. Delphi is asking, is shadowing effective for practicing intonation and melody? Absolutely, with a caveat. Okay. A caveat means that, like, I have some resistance, or I have some um, concern about this, and that is that you have to make sure that you're actually hearing what it is that you're trying to imitate, right? You're paying attention to the melody, you're paying attention to specific things, whether it's stressed words, whether it's the pitch, whether it's the rhythm, right? You want to be very focused about these elements and then to make sure that it actually comes out of your mouth. So I would actually recommend for you to listen to something and then record yourself. And as you do that, you will be able to notice if you're actually changing things, right? Like really trying to imitate or create new patterns. Or maybe you're just like repeating the same thing and you're thinking that you're imitating, but you're not really. Okay. Ernesto, thank you for all the kind messages you have shared today. I see it. Okay, my friends. So I hope to see you in the Fluency Bootcamp, and I hope to see you on Thursday. We have another training. Are you ready? Oops. Yeah. Our next training is going to be on March 17th at 7:30 AM EST, same time actually, Introduction to Pronunciation. It's going to be a lot of fun. Pronunciation is my thing. I'm going to talk about sounds. I'm going to talk about what sounds are, what vowels are, what consonants are, and how to even start addressing the whole pronunciation work, right? How to distinguish between what you hear and what comes out of your mouth. So that is going to be discussed and addressed on Thursday. I hope I'm going to see you there. The boot camp starts on Monday. It's not this training is finished for those of you who just joined, but once I'm done, you'll be able to watch the replay. And that's it. hadarshamish.com/bootcamp. I hope to see you there, everyone. Thank you for being here. Take care.